a great coping mechanism. 10 out of 10, don't recommend. So I just calculated how much I have paid off my debt from, oh my god, what is wrong with me? Why can't I say these numbers? That's it, I've diagnosed myself as dyslexic. Wasn't even recording. Anyway, that's a bit better. I have figured out somewhere to sit that doesn't hurt my butt because my tailbone has been hurting for what feels like months now, especially since losing a lot of my weight. Honestly, I don't know. I just turned on the camera, my phone, and just been feeling a little frustrated with, you know, paying off my debt, and it just like feels never ending. I feel like I'm just never gonna get out of this, and I honestly don't know what else I can do. I physically can't work more than I'm working right now. I'm trying to do this YouTube thing, so it's gonna take a little while. Hopefully I can stay consistent this time. I'm just exhausted. I'm like looking at my monthly expenses. I like writing things out. It just helps me kind of slow down the process of thinking. My brain just can kind of go crazy. I'm not very good at journaling because I can't write as fast as I think. That's probably why I turned to video format to just talk about how I'm feeling, because I can't also type as fast as I think. So I've just been like writing out my monthly expenses and trying to figure out where I can cut back even more. I know I haven't done the best in terms of food this month. I haven't gone over the amount that I've set, but I did like mentally try and decrease the amount of money I've spent on like groceries and food eating out. I think I need to take a better look because I feel like I have actually by quite a bit. It's just the way that I inputted it into my You Need a Budget app that makes it feel like I've overspent when really I haven't. But yeah, like my car, you know, is $463.26. I can't really change that amount. I'm almost coming up on my 2-year lease, and I am thinking about breaking that lease to get a cheaper car. I just want to make it through the winter right now. Also setting aside money for tires monthly, just one more month, and then I'll have it, at least I think, how much my tires are gonna cost. I have a feeling it's gonna be a little bit more than what I expected. But when I say tires, I mean snow tires. So I'm still debating, like my car is pretty brand new, has all season tires and all-wheel drive. So I'm wondering if I really need winter tires, if I can make it through with just my pretty new tires and all-wheel drive. Food, I've budgeted $400 a month. My cell phone bills, I don't pay just mine, I pay for my mom and my grandma's. So that's $311.91. I think that's as low as like I can get it. My mom's plan is really low and my grandma's is like the lowest it can be. My grandma does pay me part of the phone bill, and so does my mom, so that $311, I just need to make sure I have that much money, but I definitely get money back to cover the cost of it. Subscriptions, I have $70 set aside for it. I think I've cut out quite a few subscriptions. I share a subscription account with my sister, so it's pretty cheap that way, and I've canceled a few like TV subscriptions, Hayu for like reality TV. It's actually pretty cheap monthly, so like whenever I feel like I want to watch reality shows whenever I have the time, I will just pay for it for the month or whatever. It's like $7. It's really not that expensive. But anyway, I don't have the time to watch it, so I've cut it out. Gas is at $500. Thankfully, where I work, the gas is cheaper, so I always fill up over there, and I've been trying to implement the gas stations like apps reward points. I managed to get some gas, I guess you could say, when I fill up my tank for like 10 cents off, 7 cents off, and so it's saving me a few bucks here and there. As we go into winter, the gas gets cheaper, and let me tell you, was it like a couple days ago, I paid like $60 to fill up my tank, and I haven't seen $60 to fill up my tank in like 4 years. I've never paid something that low to completely fill it up, so I think I'll be able to save some money with my gas. Student loans can't change. It's already set to the lowest amount because it is a 0% interest. So I'm utilizing any extra money that I would have paid on the original amount that they calculated for me. I'm putting that towards my loan. So it's $283.50. My meds can't change that. I actually do need to increase them, but I can't afford them. I've used up my entire health spending account, so that saved me for like 2 months. I've gone through it all and it resets in January, thankfully. Though that's $137.44. And then my insurance is $192.01. And that is pretty low for me. There's really nothing else I can do to make that lower. So in total, my monthly expenses is $2,648.12. In my monthly income, roughly, it's hard to say. This is what kind of throws me off because it's different every month or every paycheck. I don't get a salary. And then there's some paychecks that I worked like an extra shift, so I make a little bit more, but I guess I would say like $5,600 is income after taxes. And so this is what I don't like about hypotheticals, because my brain just doesn't work that way. But I should technically have $2,951.88 roughly after all my expenses. So you're like, great, that's a lot of money left over. And it is, it totally is. It's just, I'm trying to pay off my line of credit, my debt, and I'm trying to pay it off quick. This number will be like good for me once I've paid off that line of credit and I can use all that extra money towards savings. I am getting a little, I don't know how to explain this. I was going through a little bit of a mind, I don't know what the word is for it, but originally when I started, I had an emergency fund and I needed to use it to pay off my loops. There's something that I needed to use my emergency fund for to pay it off. I went through like a little bit of time where I was like, why do I have an emergency fund? Like, let me just dump everything towards my line of credit to pay it off faster. But now, you know, my neck is hurting and the roads are getting scarier to drive on. I'm really scared of not being able to work. And if I'm not gonna be able to work, like all of my hard work towards paying off my debt it's just gonna go all out the window, because I'd end up having to use my line of credit to survive if I can't like physically work. So now this timeline of me like paying off my debt, I'm wondering if I should build up that emergency fund a little bit more just in case. And then once I have that amount, kind of go ham again. It's just will like delay everything, and the interest rate will keep going up, or not, the interest rate will still like, you know, increase my amount owing. I don't know what to do. I'm just thinking out loud here because I don't really know what to do. I know a lot of people in my video where I talk about being in like $70,000 of debt saying like, why are you have an emergency fund? But like, this is why, because I'm scared I am going to get sick. I won't be able to pay off all my bills. What do I do? All that extra money, that $2,900, if I just pay off like $2,000 of it and save the rest, like go towards my emergency, it would take me like 7 months to pay off my line of credit, as opposed to dumping all that extra money in and paying it off in like 5 months. So, and Christmas is coming up to buy gifts. Coffee isn't helping my anxiety, to be fair. Be grateful. You worked so hard to get to this spot. You've wanted to be in the spot where you make a lot of money and you can pay off your debt. It's just the what ifs that are like really getting to me. And once I pay off my line of credit, will I actually even like feel any relief? I feel like I'll have some relief for a little bit, but then it's gonna go back to crunch time for saving up for my down payment for an apartment that I'm like, or condo that I'm not really excited about, because the only place I'll be able to afford, if things, and as they will, they would probably be even more expensive. I'm looking at a crappier part of town to get a place that I know will increase in value eventually. Maybe one day I could save it as an investment property and like rent it out. Sorry, I'm just like, this is my thought process right now. But yeah, like saving up for a down payment for a place that I'm like not super excited for. I guess I am. It'd be my own place. It's just like, it's not the best area of the town that I could afford, but it's the only place unless I keep driving out further. It's funny, the further you drive out, it gets to a certain point where you think it gets a bit cheaper than, you know, Vancouver, Canada. And then from that point on, it starts getting more expensive because you get closer to the Okanagan. So it's only so much I can move away before prices start to skyrocket again. And then of course, I'm so far away from my own family. It's right by the highway still, but it just sucks that I can't afford anywhere near my family. I wish I could just be those type of people that enjoy life. Like I want to get out of this freaking rat race. I feel like I'm just never going to be happy. I feel like I do all these goals as like a way to distract myself from like how I'm actually feeling. Not a great coping mechanism. 10 out of 10 don't recommend. It'd be different if I was someone that could like actually achieve those goals, but I get so burnt out before I even do it that I've just started so many things multiple times, just never finished it. So I just calculated how much I have paid off my debt from when I made that video. I'll link it somewhere here. So originally I had started off with, let me double check, with $70,530.91 in debt. And that was all together. And so right now I forgot to calculate that number, 1 second. So right now I am at $57,500 and oh my, why can't I say this? Oh my God. How do you say this? $57,510.08. Oh my God, I'm gonna embarrass myself. And just, I'm gonna put this here. That's how much money I owe now. Why? I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh my God, what is wrong with me? Why can't I say these numbers? That's it. I've diagnosed myself as dyslexic. $13,020.83. Should be excited about that number, but I just feel really fucking stupid right now. Writing that all out does make me feel a little bit better than just paying off but I've been paying off debt like before I made that video, so I should technically go back and like calculate how much I had at the beginning of the year versus now. And I've also, on top of that, like the year before, paid off like a $7,000 credit card that I didn't even have in this number here. So I've been paying debt for a really long time and a lot more than this. I do feel like I'm behind in life, but I also don't feel like the age that I am. I was just talking to the dentist that I work with. We're both the same age because he's a dentist. So there's that level too that I feel like, wow, I feel so behind in life. But he was saying how he feels like a teenager. Oh, because it started because our patient was pregnant and he's just like, I feel like a kid. I don't think I could have one myself. And I was like, I feel the exact same way. I feel not like a kid. I feel like a teenager, a moody teenager. And he's like, yes, exactly how I feel. And the patient was like, I don't think that feeling ever goes away because I feel the exact same way. And she was a bit older than us. This is crazy. This is crazy. Like back in my early 20s, like that amount is like how much I made. Not even early 20s. Before I went to school, this was like roughly how much I made in a year, maybe like 15 grand. I made like nothing. I mean, this is something, but that much and being in debt, like I'm just really happy and grateful that even though I'm struggling, I've made it through and I'm earning a good amount of money. The old me, I don't think I could like, if you were to tell me I'd be where I'm at today, even just like 4 years ago, I fucking crazy. Never expected this in my life. Mood has like completely changed. Still a little bit sad, of course, but well, it's just kind of put things into perspective that I'm like making the amount I'm making, still able to live comfortably and pay off all my bills, and also pay this much towards my debt like on my own is just wow. Like doing this all on my own is crazy. I know it's easy to watch videos of people paying off their debt, especially if they're making good money, and be like, make excuses, because I was at that point too. I was always researching, trying to see what I can do to pay off my debt faster or make more money, but life can just mess you up, and it's so exhausting just being alive sometimes. But if you're someone like me, like hang in there, you can do it. And I'm the most impatient person in the world. I want things done now, clearly. All I can say is just stick with it, no matter what time passes by. And if you start today towards a goal that will benefit you in the future, even if it means having to take out those student loans or waiting a bit to save up, going back to school, like, you know, something, figuring out a way, pushing through the uncomfortableness like I am, these YouTube videos, like you can do it. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. Sitting here with no makeup again, I just turned on the camera and I was not expecting to make this type of video at all. That's wild. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that there.